Hi guys, it's Ona, your energy customer service rep from Chicago. And today I'm going to do a little special. It's the mental health spread on 4 people I chose from the comment section when I said go ahead and give me some suggestions a couple of days ago. So I chose these 4 public figures. And thank you. I have to say, I can't remember who suggested why not do the same spread on somebody who isn't overtly manifesting all the symptoms that come up in the cards. I said, oh, that's a really good idea. So I got 2 of those, right? So thank you for the suggestions. This is not in a state where I've done research and looked at the planets and what's happening now and how it goes against their charts. I honestly have seen 3 of these charts, maybe all 4 of them, but I don't remember the details that well. I really don't. And I would have to, when events happen, look at that. I didn't do the research, okay? I didn't do the research because that's a lot. So what I did do was in the community page, you'll see my latest pillow project, okay? And here it is. Nope, I think it's got to go that way, all right? So in the Ovomancy video, I have a little Venus pillow at the end and how it came together. I did Mars yesterday, all right? So that was fun. And then, I have to keep going. And I have started my Mercury one. What I am doing today is going to collect more samples because I am down to the few where, excuse me, things are going to be mismatched. And if I'm going to do a collection, I want it to have some continuity. So I might get a shot of or a picture of source when I go there later and show you where I get these from. All right. So that is an update on all the Virgo energy going on around here. Let's get to the cards. I am going to say what I did do was I compiled 4 pictures into one. These are the 4 subjects we're going to talk about today, and at least I can pull this up and focus on the photo as I'm shuffling the cards, okay? We have King Charles III. We have Donnie. And whoever suggested to do this spread on somebody who isn't outwardly manifesting symptoms, thank you. And I can't remember who it was now. I have AOC, and the last one is Leticia James. So let's take a look. We're going to get King Charles and Donnie out of the way, and then I just want to see what kind of cards will come up if this isn't, clearly, and it's a good point that if somebody has such a charged energy that they're outwardly manifesting symptoms, it's going to show up in the cards. That is not challenging. Let's see what shows up when somebody is solid. Okay, let's see what shows up. So I have their pictures here. I'm going to do the shuffling. We're going to start with King Charles III. My ears ringing? Okay, it's time to start. It's time to start. Okay. So let's take a look. This to me, honestly, when I look at this picture and I think this is an unimaginable journey. Like, when you're this age, don't you just want to chill and not have so much more responsibility? every day is like the last day before you go on vacation, and then somebody puts a pile of work on your desk. You're like, no, I don't think so, right? I don't think so. So, let's see. Well, we're starting, with this card flipped over in the deck, and it's the Chariot card. So the first card is appearance and motor coordination. So how are you getting around? So look at how fun his car is, all right? This is a movement card. So I would say that he is coordinated, okay? All the cylinders are running, right? It seems like there's maybe quick movement, there's maybe being shuffled around from place to place. Everything, I can only imagine, like everything in the whole kingdom, right? Is that where they live? Is, scratched off queen and thrown king on it. I mean, it's got to be the most surreal world right now inside his house. So, sure, you need a tune-up. You need to come and talk to somebody. Past history do you have a past history of anything that bothers you that when it comes up you're like, I don't want to deal with this right now? And speech. The facial expression on this gal says she's tentatively grateful for her harvest. I like that. And the old-timey pictures just give it that nice pasty quality that he has so polished, right? Like, yeah, I'm happy, but it seems like a grin that isn't really true, okay? Affect or expression of emotion. And I believe he's taught how he's supposed to feel. Excuse me. So the way he expresses his emotion might be difficult to discern, right? Because he may have been taught he's not supposed to cry and he wants to feel like he should cry, or, no, you're the king doesn't have tears. They have aneurysms and tumors. We don't do that. So what is his expression of emotion? Basically, there's like this fountain pen incident. So why is that coming up again? All right. So some of his true colors have shown, maybe, some of those things that we typically don't see. Like, apparently he had this incident with the pen, and it wouldn't work, and he got all upset, and Camilla came in and like clean the ink mark off his face or whatever, and that's blown up into this huge meme about, come on, that's your biggest problem, brother? Seriously? So I don't want to malign his character right now because there's probably more coming up. All right. Thought content, fantasy versus reality. Delusional, magical thinking. Like I said, this has got to be a very surreal environment for him. Let's see what it says here. 6 of Cups. So I think he has been issued a new reality. Okay. There's a heritage quality to this. There's a family genetic code to this card, right? So look at that, looks like the queen, doesn't it? I don't think it's her, but I think he's learning new things about his reality. I don't think he's paranoid or anything like that. I think he's just learning new things about his new reality as we learn things about him, right? Thought process, abstract thought synthesized into a coherent response, okay? All right. Queen of Swords, he's been taught how to process his thoughts, and he's mirroring or reflecting what he's, what he's thinking. Interesting. Perception of reality. I think, I want to say this. I want to say that he's learning that the perception of reality is coming from social media sources in a way that is he's probably not ever witnessed, okay? And he's probably hearing more things about what is going on than like, what is that, than actually witnessing it. Intellect or level of education. Let's see. No. The girls taught you. Okay. There it is. There's a level of education. School was fun. Okay. I would say that he learned most of everything that he really knows in terms of, right, from the Queen. How he's been educated. Insight or what motivates you? What motivates you? Why would this card come up? You know what? If I were going to wrap a summary around this assessment, I would say that he's entering a new reality where he thought it was going to be a little bit different than what is actually happening. How many times have you started a new job and they promised you that, cotton candy like shoots out of the vents every 20 minutes and, somebody's washing your car while you're at work and everything's paid for. And then you get there and they're like, yeah, who told you that? That doesn't happen here. You can have the closet for an office or a drawer. So I think he's becoming aware of some things in paperwork, in his will, and things that he may not have known about before, where he feels a little, like he's can't wrap his heart around that. Like, really, is Andrew getting the, mansion? And, maybe there are so many more decisions that he has to make right now, and part of them are related to being betrayed. You. That's what motivates you. All right, so let's move on. I'm just shaking the energy off of you there. All right. That's interesting, right? I'm going to pull up these cards and see if I can spin out of that. See, that's a problem with doing more than one person already. It feels different. Already the light is different. Everything's changed. And quickly doing that from one person to another, I'm glad I'm getting this one over with because he's the most unsavory, okay? So this is the mental health assessment on Donnie. And I gotta look at a picture of him, okay? How is he feeling today? He was hit quite hard with, and what I want to say yesterday was what the moon triggered, or Venus, somebody triggered a finger of God or a hammer of Thor. Well, I'd love to take a look at and see how those two got slammed together, but he certainly got issued a hammer of Thor type situation yesterday, okay? On the freaking, was that not planned to just like kiss the summer goodbye? What a lovely harvest. Thank you. So this is the mental health spread and Donnie. I chose the right deck. Honestly, some of these decks will forever represent certain characters in history that probably ran on a cycle, right? And this is cycle time. I can't wait for somebody to inherit and find and be and have some of the stuff that I've collected, because so much cool energy in it, really. All right, so Donnie, Don, all right, big Don, big dog Don. Okay, appearance and motor coordination. You got slammed with some big news yesterday. And was there some kind, I don't know where he is, okay? And I don't want to think about his, I actually want to wave like the angels back, like, don't give me any hints and clues. This is a hard energy to work with already. Appearance and motor coordination. Oh, he needs a little help. It's like, yeah, you're going to jail, okay? Prince of Coin. Chasing the coin, okay? They keep falling out of your purse. The money keeps falling out of your purse, so you keep chasing the coin. That's appearance and motor coordination. Definitely requiring some assistance. Holding a prop, holding on to something. All right. Past history. Okay. Past history and speech, really, it's kind of the same old Don that we see, who's sort of envious. If he's envious of somebody else, if somebody has something that he doesn't have or makes him look weak, okay, he tries to make fun of them. All the dogs bark at you, okay? You know, I know when these people, wild and dogs are barking at you when you walk by, okay? Affect or expression of emotion. How do you look today? Okay. How do you express yourself? Do you put on your pretty paint and a fake smile and just, if I had all this trouble, I don't know what I would do right now. So, expression of emotion. Okay. He's in a bubble, you guys. He's in a bubble, okay? And he gets in a smaller bubble every time he can't express his emotions, right? He feels like kind of elevated, eyes closed. So how do you express your emotion? Look at the guy in this card, okay? Have you ever talked to somebody who talked to you like this when they talk to you? Yeah, I know how you're doing it. I mean, you can't talk to people like this. But that looks like what he's trying to do. He's trying to hide everything. He's hiding everything. And he's in his bubble, okay? That's how he's expressing his emotions. He's hiding it. All right. Thought content, fantasy versus reality. This is interesting. Let's see where you are there. Knight of Skates. And this is comparable to the Knight of Swords, okay? So it looks like he is kind of masking himself, maybe, and sort of that looks like somebody that has some paranoia. And if I were to assign that quality, paranoia, to one of the elements, okay, it would be the mental, okay, and that's what skates are. And it would also be the Knight of Swords, and that is what this is comparable to. So there is some paranoia there, okay? Interesting. All right. Thought process. Abstract contents, can you move it into coherent response? Only when somebody directs you, okay? So your thought process, honestly, it seems like is directed by somebody else. So this is Queen of Birds. This is also the media and the social media. So, didn't I hear this? You know what? This might be in response to what I saw, that he has people follow him around to give him inspirational thoughts or something like that. So they're trying this kind of therapy where moving his thought process into positive thinking. Okay, try positive thinking, Don. Maybe that's kind of the thing that's going on right now. I'd say that he's still processing his abstract thoughts in an okay way. Perception of reality. Why is that always gotta be? Is he bugging Charles? I don't know. He's always gotta be Kings of the East. Okay. Think about this for 1 second. Kings of the East. That's his perception of reality. So he may be thinking about, or already is taking action on, moving to East. Okay. So that's his perception of reality. Maybe that's where he has access to some money or something. I don't know. Intellect or level of education. You make shit up. Okay. Actually, this is the Magician. Okay. But this Magician is, no, it's the Magician. So, maybe you paid for your degree. Okay. He looks a little goofier than the other ones, so that's why this deck is for this specific reading. Insight or what motivates you? Why? Why does the Mistress of Terror come up? He is really, really afraid of someone or something. This might be what this segue into the next. You know what? I have to say, if we think of this in the purest sense, what motivates you? And you actually feel like, what motivates you? Maybe his daughter. Okay? She's the only one that can snap him out of his night terrors, right? It kind of looks like her. Of course. So that's what motivates you, your daughter. Oh, I see. Okay. So you really do want to leave something behind for her that isn't tainted with your ass face. But I don't know if it's going to happen. All right. So the next one, and we need to snap out of this energy, okay? Let's use some real tools, okay? Because these next two are interesting and they're good. So we're just going to dust that away, all right? So that kind of stuff. Honestly, the energy of this dichotomy thing is very challenging, okay? Very, very challenging. I am going to indulge in a cinnamon Altoid right now, okay, to sort of cleanse my palate, so to speak, right? I don't work for this company, but if you guys want to send me some, I go through a package every 2 days, all right? Like a cup of coffee, like a thing of coffee. Because lately, it's been very smelly around here. Not in a bad way. It's just my response is prolonged sometimes. So if I have this odor that I can't pinpoint or I can't make a conjunction to and figure out the source, I have to eat cinnamon Altoids until it goes away. All right. So we did the blessing of the cards earlier. This next mental health spread is on AOC. Okay? So let's see if, you know what? this can be like a girls' night out therapy session, right? Where you realize, gosh, I haven't done that in a long time. I really need to see somebody about all the stuff that's coming up. So, let's try and be very light about this, because I haven't really done this on anyone that has, been okay, I guess. So let me look at the picture. All right. Yeah, there is a little blue and yellow thing going on. So I don't know if she's got like back pain or something in the back of her neck. Again, I know I've seen the chart. I did not look at it prior to. She's got those pain bubbles, like when Giblets barks really loud, like there's kind of a shocking sort of noise around her right now, or music, maybe, I don't know. Okay, so appearance and motor coordination. Career fire, okay? Well, that is where she is in this deck. This would be somebody who delivers the news, okay? And I would say, and if I can take a second out and tell you that the first thing I and you and everybody else notices about people now, okay, post the wave of using the internet as a source to communicate, okay, when COVID hit and everything went Zoom, first thing you notice about somebody is their throat chakra, okay? That's the first thing you notice. Subconsciously, you pick up on that. I didn't know Greg Abbott was in a wheelchair. I didn't know. So you're attuned to that now. You've elevated to the level of being able to see what's going on, all in the throat chakra. And if she doesn't have a throat chakra that looks like that, think about it and plug it in, okay? Because that's what her throat chakra looks like, okay? It's not a bad thing. This is the courier of fire. This is the news. But that is also the note that's coming out, all right? Past history, and we can say, ooh, she's been, she's actually, I have to say, from learning about what she has been through and knowing bartenders, when I was in my 20s, and knowing those people and wondering whatever happened to them, she got lucky, okay? She got lucky. She's lucky. Affect or expression of emotion. This is the soldier of earth, okay? So this is the person who has a strategic plan, the one who is ruled by Mercury, and you've got a plan and you're implementing it one step at a time. People may not understand you until the whole thing is executed, okay? Thought content of fantasy versus reality. Where is she right now in terms of maybe her career, or how she, and I'm reading privacy settings and how she wants to privatize her life, okay? Maybe that's why. Thought content. Again, wow. Mare of Earth, okay? So this would be comparable to the King of Pentacles. So I'd have to say she's pretty solid with her thought content. She's strategic, okay? This is like the King of Pentacles. So she's saved up. Am I getting a signal that she's engaged to somebody who's wealthy? I don't know. I don't really follow her, and I didn't go in that, I didn't open that file. This is purely Friday fun, okay? Totally entertainment purposes only. Thought process, abstract thoughts. Okay, so can you take an abstract thought and use it and put it in a coherent response? I think she confuses other people a lot. I think they try to spin her words, okay? Because it looks like what she's documenting, what she's doing, is getting shot in a bunch of different directions. I understand why this might be a time you want to think about privatizing your life for some reason. That seems weird. Okay. Perception of reality. Yeah, you're good. Queen of Swords, Mirrors of Air. All right. Intellect or level of education. This is the Eight of Wands, and this is continuing. This is a continuing process. It's also multiple sources too. So she gets her intellect, her level of education is coming from. Did she go to a bunch of different schools and kind of transfer out, or there's more education coming? There's more degrees, whatever she's getting. Okay. Insight, or what motivates you? What motivates you right now? There is a light at the end of the tunnel. This would be the Chariot. I think she wants to get out of there. I think she wants to get out of there. And this is on the bottom. There might be a time when she's going to have to make a choice between how public she wants to make her life and how involved in her dedication to her career is going to be. So that's interesting. I'd say right now just enjoy the moment, because that's a lot to think about. The last one we're going to do is Leticia James. Okay, so she kind of handed down. Is that freaking classic, man? Right at the end of summer, the last day of summer, okay? The autumnal equinox, everything that's going on in the sky, the sun moving into Libra. Do you understand the justice, the glyph, right? Like at that moment, it was just like, she was like, just wait, it's almost 8:04. And just like, welcome to the fall. Thank you very much. We'll see you next summer, right? So this was not part of the suggestions in the comments, but I have to do this because if I want to swing into people that truly are pillars of society, like you know, the good stuff, I want to do this, and it's not in a satire kind of way. So this is not like the, you know, Charles and Donnie. This is take a look at what just happened and who did it. And I want to meet you, you know? And even honestly, I'm going to pull up her picture. If you saw her, you looked at her, just the way she holds herself, like she is chronically in good posture. She looks like somebody that makes you want to do that, okay? Or at least makes you look up and want to meet, you know? How does somebody hold themselves like that so beautifully? So I'm looking at the picture, and I'm going to say for appearance and motor coordination, I'm using the the Whole World Tarot, okay? The One World Tarot, I'm sorry. The new deck from Dr. Rodriguez and Sienna Rose that I got in the mail on Sunday. And I want to do the first public spread on Leticia James, okay? So, here we go. All right, here we go. Very cool cards, by the way, and thank you again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so Leticia James. The first card is, now let me shuffle a little more. Okay, appearance and motor coordination. Nailed it. Six of Cups. Okay. So, I gotta say that people are probably sending her gifts, and this is a genetic code card also, right? It's a Six of Cups, passing down the nostalgia card. Like, this is going to go down in history. So, accepting whatever award, whatever offer, okay, in just a very neat way, okay? Past history and speech. The Hierophant. So probably even in a past life, she has been directed to uphold the law, I would say. Okay. And connected to the church in a way that is structural. You see in the back here, let me just try and get this a little more focused, but the courthouse is behind the church there in the Hierophant, the law, okay? Affect or expression of emotion. Boy, how hard would it have been to not do the happy dance all around the podium like you did in your bedroom last night when you saw that happen, okay? And she held it together very nicely. So, expression of emotion. These cards are magical. Magical, magical. Magical, okay? That is the expression of emotion. Victory. Yep, you are the queen for sure. Thought content or fantasy versus reality. All right. Like, is anything really going to happen after all this news comes out and I have all this extra security? Right? These cards are so good. I'm sorry about the phone. I have to probably silence that immediately. But here is the thought content. That it is what day? What day is that? Okay, right? Yeah. I also have to say that she may be feeling part of the response that isn't as positive as what is being manifested right now. Okay? So, these cards are very strong. Her energy is very strong. Thought process, abstract thought in a coherent response. Yeah, she's nailed it. Yeah, she's like, this is the, the book. She's literally written the book. She wrote the book on this event here. I'm sorry, I have to just stop that from happening. Perception of reality, okay? Now that this has come out and her, more and more people know who she is, okay? She may be a little bit worried that some people who support this person. So a perception of reality is being left out. So she may feel or recognize that she's being left out of certain content and conversation, or being stonewalled in this, further investigation, whatever is happening now, okay? She may be stonewalled. So that is her perception of reality is, yeah, this is good news, but hold on a second, right? Intellect or level of education, Queen of Swords, of course. Yep. Excellent. So she's smarter than we know, okay? She's a lot smarter than we know. Insight or what motivates you. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. What motivates you is really, I have to say that at some point she took a step back and looked at this in a different kind of response, and had to remove herself from what would be a very charged thing. Is what motivates you is that you're just kind of doing your job, and this was going to happen whether you were president or not, and that this was and it should have happened a long time ago, but because she was kind of stonewalled. So interesting. Bottom of the deck. What a cool deck. King of Wands. All right. So that is it for the mental health spreads for this Freaky Friday. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the morning. And maybe I can get a picture later of me farming out getting some samples. So thank you for watching. Thank you for the suggestions. It's a long video. I'm not used to doing videos this long. I'm probably not going to even review it or edit it. So love you. Thank you. And we'll see you in the morning.